Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some Master of Magic, continuing our complete beginner's guide with our Light Wizard Ariel and our Halfling Surprise. So, looking up and down this little strip of land we have, it's quite a vertical island, and it's breathtaking, really. But our project is we are casting Heroism, so in a couple of turns we'll have this out. And what this means is we'll be able to improve and maneuver our units, and hopefully then we can capture this nature node up here. And we're continuing to scout, and I do believe if we go into our cities, Chirul, okay, well, it's doing fine, but no, and I was going to say Cornberry's done, but it's almost done. You can see Cornberry is just about to be converted from an outpost into a city, and that's tremendous. All right, so let's move this scout. If I push tab to go to inspector mode, we do see that we've already taken a gander at that, but I still want to go further south with our unit, map this out, and let's continue. We found this neutral city here. I'm going to go this way and just go north. See what's over here. And this spirit is just kind of doubling back and clearing out any fog that is remaining. Now, we do have an injured unit, but remember, units heal. They do not need to be within friendly borders or within a city, but they do heal faster if they're in a city, for example. But by the time we get there, you can see that these halfling spearmen, they're already healed up to 7 out of 8 figures, so they just need to heal one more to be complete again. I'm going to take this entire group, and we're just going to move, what's in here? 1 fire elemental. Now, you know what? If we wanted to, on our march north, we could try to clear out this monster lair. So what I'm going to do is just save the game on our about to fight file, and let's just take a look and see how we do in this situation. So we're going to get injured is what the prediction is here, and a lot of that has to do with, remember, you can right click on the fire elemental, the fact that they just do a ton of damage. All right, so they have 10 hit points. We have no ranged attack, and they do a ton of damage. However, this is a chaos unit, so if we want to spend some mana, we can make our lives a little easier against this fire elemental. Okay. Now notice the fire elemental has already moved over. Remember, the terrain doesn't mean anything in terms of like your defense like it does in Civilization. It's just decorative. The positioning is what matters. So what we're going to do is go to our spell book, and I'm going to actually cast some battle spells. I'm going to cast Starfire. Okay, so Starfire only costs 4 mana here, and it will do damage against chaos and death creatures. And if we look at this unit, we'll see that they are indeed chaos. Now, they have a 60 resistance, which means they can resist this damage, but it's still worth us casting this spell to try to weaken them. And you can see we did 4 damage right there already, okay? And I'm going to move this unit. Let's see, if they move to full here, 2 to here, and then 2 to here, we want to just move right here with our elite unit, and then we're going to end the turn. I'm not going to move anything else at the moment. I'm going to cast Starfire again. Now, you can only cast 1 spell per turn. Okay, we did 3 damage that time, so they resisted 2 of the damage. That's fine. Actually, they resisted more than that, but it's okay. And now you can see every time we cast that spell, it's taking away our casting skill, which is how many spells you can cast per battle is dictated by your casting skill, not your total mana. So you always have to remember that. I'm going to end the turn. Now they're going to move up, and they're going to be in range to be... We can attack twice with our halfling swordsman without moving them, which is why we can attack twice. But before I attack, I'm actually going to cast Starfire one more time. And this... I'm just doing this to... Oh, okay. Well, we killed it without taking any damage. So what happens is, even if I were to swing against that fire elemental, and it had, let's say it only had 1 hit point, there's only 1 figure on that unit, so it would still get to roll its full attack against us, and that could potentially hurt our elite unit, so I didn't want that to happen. So I was trying to weaken it. I used a lot of mana doing that, okay? But we gained 100 gold, which is pretty nice. So you can see we lost 12 mana because I cast that spell 3 times. And our units gained experience, okay? So just something to do on the road. March out and clear there. And we have enough mana, so that's fine. We also now have a good amount of gold. And if you look at our production, we are producing more food than we perhaps need. Although, as soon as my cities are complete, I'm going to probably be recruiting some more units. Now, in this city here, Chirul, okay, we're making a spearman, and it's going to take quite some time to do that. But what I could do instead of leaving this city undefended, is I could just spend 57 gold, okay? And now you can see that that fills up the progress bar on the spearman completely. We have enough gold to do this, but I want you to note that, again, unlike Civilization, where you buy a unit and it's immediately ready for use that turn, in this case, if you buy a unit, it will finish on this turn, and next turn we'll get it. So just kind of plan things out accordingly, but this is a great way to just get ourselves that unit that we want. I'm going to go back to cities, and we're still building an armory, and I'm going to end the turn. Now, I always want to keep gold on standby in case someone visits and wants to, like a hero wants to join us, or someone wants to sell us a magical item or something. I like to have a little money. All right, we're going to... this unit right here, I'm just going to click the guard button and just have them fortify the city, protect it. And this spirit, we're going to move down here, continue mapping out this part of the terrain. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to look at this fog of war and get some more. Okay. And our main army, we're just going to curl around. You can see everyone is now fully healed. So we're good to go with this group. And the outpost has been expanded, which is the indicator on our right. So Cornberry has grown into a hamlet, and we can now manage its production. All right. So what do we want to build here? Well, I definitely want to be building a halfling spearman to get a military presence here. 2 units will reduce the unrest. It's actually kind of high, 30% here. And we do want to go around to all of our cities and just check the unrest. 45%. So we have a rebel in this city. So if I reduce our tax rate significantly, I can reduce this low enough to get a rebel out, but then we won't be making any money. So I'm going to keep the money, but what we're going to do is change the queue, and we're going to build another Clacon Spearman, and I'm just going to buy it outright, okay? And then you'll see that next turn, I'm going to right-click on these indicators and clear them. We should be able to manage that unrest a little bit better. And, oh, we found a whole bunch of stuff over here. All right. And let's see. Remember, you can see yourself on the map and just kind of see what you want to explore. I do want to make sure that this island ends over here and there's no land bridge that continues. All right. Heroism is ready to cast, and we're done with the Spearman. All right, so now you can see that the unrest has gone down to 40% here because we have 2 units. Now, even though we do have the 2 units, Clacon are just by their nature, not happy to be part of our team because of their species deal. So they just require a little bit more. And we could lower the tax rate now here, and we get rid of the rebel. So we can still keep a good tax rate. It doesn't lower our gold significantly. And now we get all of the working done here that we want. And what we can do is go into the build queue and make something better in this city. Now, some of the things that we want, okay? You can see the buildings here, and you can... sometimes the inventory is a little... or the UI is a little hard to read, but at the bottom of this, there are different pages to what we can be building. And we want things like a shrine, for example, to add power so we get more mana. But that requires a builder's hall. And a builder's hall is actually... you can see it's required for a granary, for walls, for a guild, and for a library. So you need this for a ton of things. So I'm going to go ahead and work on this, but you can see it's going to take 15 turns. But it's a long project. After that, if we want to just queue up a shrine, like, you know... but we can't add it to the queue, actually, because we can't build it yet. So we'll just be fine with that. And... we're still producing this here in Meadowdale. I'm going to go to Meadowdale, actually, and see how much it would cost to finish buying an armory. It would cost 98 gold to do that. Okay, so that's a little bit too much for me, so I'm going to just keep building it. And we're going to move our army north, continuing on the path. We're going to explore with this unit. Actually, I'm going to... oh, I already did explore there. Okay. Let me just get this last piece uncovered. And we're going to cast Heroism on this stack. Okay, we're going to select the entire stack, and I'm going to put it on my swordsman. So we have 2 units ready to go, and now we're only net 1 on mana because of all the upkeep that we have. So this is why, another reason why we want shrines to help us get more mana. Alright, I'm going to explore this. And, ooh, look at this. So we just got a free spell, which is Summoning Circle, and that's fantastic. Now, we could go choices if we want to explore further, but we don't because this is just a scouting unit, so I'm okay with that. And I'm going to move around here and just kind of uncover the rest of this coast and then move in the other direction. I'm going to check this out really quickly. It's too well defended, and we'll just keep going along the coast. This group will move right up here. And I'm going to end the turn. Now, we can cast a spell at this point if we want. And I think it's probably time for us to cast Just Cause. So this will help us increase our fame and help unrest in all cities by 10%. And I'm going to start casting this spell. And we're going to enter. I'm going to explore this. It's a temple. It's well guarded. We're out. And I'm going to check this out. We're going to go down. And I'll just continue to go down here. That's fine. And then this will go here. Okay. Our main army will go up here. And what is this? This is a fallen temple with 3 skeletons. Skeletons are kind of tough. That's too much for us. We're going to explore this site, the fallen temple. And the temple may be guarded. It's abandoned, filled with the echoes of past and buried secrets. Okay. And so we go inside and we get 30 gold and 30 mana, which is just outstanding. And we'll go ahead and go down here. Okay. And now, I'm going to start moving this unit south in this way. And what is this guarded by? Again, 3 skeletons. So 3 skeletons here, 3 skeletons here. That's okay. We don't want that. We'll just go over here. Okay, and at this point, I'm going to start moving this unit to the east and see what we can find. End that turn. Okay, and I'm going to go here and here. And that looks like a pretty good southerly exploration with this spirit. Okay, and this spirit will go here, and here, and here. Okay, fantastic. And you can just go this... Oh, look, there's some land over here. All right. And what is this guarded by? 2 hellhounds and a fire giant. That's absolutely no. We're just going to cut in between them. And we're going to end the turn. All right. Now look at this. Periodically, this happens, which is the Knoll Spearman has come, and he says he wants to join our army for 10 gold. So remember, we get a 50% discount on this because we're aerial. And this guy's actually level 1. Like, he's been buffed up. You can tell because he has golden icons here on his stats, meaning like he's been increased. This also tells you that he's a regular, so he's higher level, which means he gets +1 to attack and accuracy and +1 to range, or I'm sorry, defense. But the more important thing is he's so cheap. So we're going to hire him. He'll end up in our capital, by the way, which is good. We want to defend that. And we'll just kind of move over here so that all of our movement points are uncovering this fog of war as we travel around. All right, now this unit, we're just going to marshal in the capital. And I'm going to send this unit over here. This unit, we want to just kind of see what this island is all about. It's, well, it's really small. And our main army, we're going to save the game. And we're going to call it about to fight. And we're going to see what happens if we go here. All right, so are we strong enough to fight this? Let's see. So they're predicting that we're going to win, and pretty handily. But let's just see. They do have range, which is the problem. So here she comes. Okay. And right away, she did her ranged attack. So we can just left-click on her. She can only do this 4 times. Okay. And this is just the bummer of a ranged unit. But luckily, you know, the AI kind of picks on your weakest unit. So even if they kill our spearmen, it's not really the end of the world. Now, what we can do here with this group is if we wanted to, we could heal them, okay? But it's a lot of mana. Instead, we could what would we want to do here? Yeah, we don't have enough for that. Now, she is not susceptible to Starfire. We could heroism the unit. I'll tell you what. I'm going to cast healing on that unit and bring them to full. And just bring them up. This way they might survive. Maybe. Oh. She's running away and attacking. Now this time, look, less died. So, that's good. And she can only do that a few more times, so we're just going to chase her. And hopefully we don't get cleaned out completely. So I'm not going to cast heal because I can only cast it one more time. Okay. Almost dead. But you can see the power of ranged units. She's moving and attacking. Devastating. She's also flying, which is quite troubling indeed. And what we're going to do is cast a spell of healing. Oh. Oh, right. Okay. So, when you try to cast spells that are of a discipline or magic school that is not of that node, in this case it's not nature, there's a chance that it just gets countered, and that is what happened. And when it gets countered, you lose the mana and the spellcasting skill of that for trying to cast it. So basically we just got nothing. So that unit is dead, unfortunately. Oh no, they mixed it up a little bit. They didn't actually put that unit in the grave. Interesting. Okay, well, here we go. Move over here. I'm not going to do anything with this unit. There's really no point. I'm going to try to keep them alive. Alright, now they're out of ranged attacks. So they might be trying to flank us. Okay, so what we need to do is... Now, we can't attack them because they're flying. But what we can do is get in position for a retaliation. So if they attack us, they have to swoop down to hit us. And then we can hit them in the meantime. So we need to cut her off so she can't get here and try to finish off this unit. I'm actually going to run away with these people, too. Okay. So she did attack us, and it happened instantly. But she tried to hit us, and this elite swordsman killed her. And it was all over. So, we got 100 gold, okay? And we get some experience, but more importantly, this node is ours. So, what we can now do, okay... is take a magic spirit and meld with the node. And that will allow us to gain its power. So what we're going to do is... we need one of our magic spirits to go over here. And I don't necessarily want it to be this one because this guy's got the move buff, but it's okay. We can just recast that if we have to. And I don't really, given our placement, scouting isn't, as vital. Now you can just push M to continue your planned movement path. And I'm going to cycle through and okay, what's going on down here? What is this? Interesting. All right. Now I want to attack this town. But you can see our people are a little bit injured. And what is guarding this? It's unknown. Oh, I forgot to explore it. Okay. Well, by the way, oh, Just Cause is ready. We're going to cast a spell. And you just select yourself for that. And then now we have Just Cause going, all right? Which means we get a bonus to fame and a reduction in unrest. All right, now we're losing mana per turn. But we're going to fix that really, really quickly. Okay. But perhaps not quickly enough. So what we want to do is go to our magic screen, and we're going to just turn off researching and casting skill and put everything in the mana for now so that we're net 0 until we get rid of some of our upkeep. And you can click on your spearmen, and they leveled up. They got a little extra damage and resistance, which is great. And I'm actually going to just wait a turn for them, and they can heal up a little bit before we go fight Zomgut. And end the turn. Alright. So now we're taking this unit to go explore over here, seeing what's over here. And we're going to move this army. We're going to push M to continue movement. Okay. And the construction queue in Cornberry is done because they finished their spearmen. And I'm actually going to build another one here just to get the unrest penalty. And you can see, look at this, 5% unrest, okay? And this is going to be the worst place, which is Chirul. And so we can't really raise up our taxing without getting a rebel, unfortunately, in this city. But that's okay. And we're going to go over here and continue to map out with this spirit. You're going to guard the city, and we're going to, of course, save the game under about to fight and go in and try to capture this city. All right, so all they have here is an orc spearman, so we should easily be able to handle this. Now, we need to look at the spearmen, though, as you always want to examine every unit that you're about to encounter because of shenanigans. So, what shenanigans does the orc spearman have? Well, the orc spearman has a melee attack, and they're level 1, so they have an extra attack and an extra resistance, but actually, they don't have any shenanigans. They just have 8 figures, you know, so that's scary, but our elites should be able to handle this without any kind of problem, and I'm not even going to move my other units in. All right, let's go ahead and hopefully we can just clean them out right here. Yeah. Okay. So we didn't take any damage and we killed them in one shot. And we can now capture this city, which does have gems that provide extra gold as a nearby resource. They have a population of 4,300. And if we keep it, we get some gold. And bam. How about that? So now we're getting a ton of gold per turn, which is fantastic. And we're going to go ahead and just... I'm going to set this team to guard. I'm just going to let them heal up in the town for a moment. And we're not going to be casting any spells. And look at this. We have done it. Okay. We're going to go over here. And we're going to move our army here. Okay. And we want them to get to the node. We're letting them move up. And we're going to kind of explore and explore. Oh, there's some land up there. And we finished the armory, finally. So we're going to go into our cities. And you can see that Meadowdale is just building housing, which is not what we want. We have a surplus on food, but we're about to build some units. So now... we can build slingers, and we definitely want slingers. I'm going to build 3 slingers. Okay, get myself an army. We're going to close that up, and we're going to end the turn. All right, and just going to scout up here. Oh, we found some land. And now... this magic spirit right here, we're going to move over here. And you can take special action, and you're going to meld with node, okay? And we click meld, and bam. What just happened? Look at this. That is how much mana we get. You see that number above the node? That is how much power we just got, okay? So we just got 10 more power, which is 10 more mana per turn. Now, the reason it says 12 here is because we no longer have the unit or the spell that we were upkeeping on them, so we got that back per turn, and now we are really, really making a ton of progress with our mana. And this is how you are going to be getting mana increased most primarily is through access to these nodes, right? So this one is... guarded very well. but we're going to maybe attempt to play on it. We have a very unique situation here where we're kind of on an island, and it's going to be tough for us to get our army around. That's why I wanted to build at least one city on the coast so we can build ships to move around. None of these other cities count as being on the coast. They're close, but you can see they're one tile away, all of them from being directly onto the coast, which means that we can't build naval units there. So, a bummer, but we can definitely do it with our new city here. Now, this city, I'm going to take these two units, these two swordsmen, and I'm going to actually start moving them out. And I'm going to leave the rest of the units in Zamgut. Also, we got 10 fame, okay? So the node gave us fame. Actually, no, wait. The fame is from our spell. Never mind. I was like, oh, yeah, we just got it from that. No. We got it from our spell. But that's going to help us get wizards, perhaps. And it decreases troop maintenance by 1 gold, okay? Which is why we're getting so much gold, even though we have a lot of troops, because we're famous. And people are like, we'll serve you for free because you're awesome. All right? So now we need to go into Zamgut. We need to push 2. We go to our cities and make sure that nothing like this is happening, which is housing is being built. We're going to keep these 2 units here to keep the unrest okay. And we have a good surplus of food. So what we're going to do is go to build. And there's no buildings in this city, really. We've got a smithy. Okay, that's okay. But we need to build ourselves a builder's hall. And we're going to do that. And I'm going to actually change this to production. Oh, okay. The town needs more food. Okay, fine. Let's see. So, one of the things you have to pay attention to is that there's global statistics and then there's city statistics. So, like, you might raise your global tax rate and it shows your global unrest, of course, like I talked about, but you have to worry about the city's unrest. Similarly, we have a global surplus of 3 food per turn, but we can't take off a farmer and change them to production to take advantage of this surplus unless that town itself is okay with that. So, for example, this town, actually, we can go down to 0 and be okay until they make this unit. So we can do this. Remember, we get 3 food per farmer because we are halflings. So we can do this temporarily to kind of speed up some production in this city. All right? So we're making slingers. We're making these buildings here, and we're making some halflings in Cornberry to get a defend the city. And everyone, we are just doing really, really well. We're continuing to explore. What I'm going to do is move this army down here and merge them with slingers and see if we can get strong enough at that point with either some magic or a hero or something else to take out this node. But if not, we're going to need to probably settle another city down here and think about how we might expand our empire even further given the fact that we are landlocked to this island. But I think this is a good place to end the episode. We captured a node. We captured another city. We are doing absolutely beautifully so far, and I hope you're learning from this guide and having fun getting into Master of Magic. Please post any questions you have in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.